All right, here we go. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be testing this Wegmans organic pizza dough, white organic pizza dough, versus a dough I can make in 2 hours. And we're gonna see which one tastes better. And we're gonna make a beer dough to try to give it as much flavor as possible here in the first 2 hours. It's gonna take about 2 hours. So we're gonna start with 250 grams. We're gonna use Yingling lager here. So this is a recipe I kind of stole from Scott from the pizza tours. He's on Instagram, he's on Hulu, he does some pizza stuff. He used this similar recipe to win a contest where he had to make a pizza dough in 1 day with as much flavor as possible. Because usually most pizza dough, what you do is you put it, and it takes 3 or 4 days as kind of the yeast work, and it gives it more flavor. But this way is a way to give the dough a quick amount of flavor. This is what I'm using. King Arthur double O pizza flour. We're gonna put in 400 grams, 2 grams right on top of it of the yeast. And then he added, when Scott did it, he added the salt later. I'm gonna put the salt right now, and then we're gonna do kind of the first mix. That was 12 grams of like a sea salt. All right, we got that combined, and I'm just gonna cover it and let it rest for about 20 minutes, and we'll get started on the pizza sauce. All right, here it is covered. When we're using the Fleischmann's active dry yeast, that's what we use 2 grams of. And I don't know what these, Bianco crushed tomatoes, that's what we're gonna be using for the sauce. So now for our sauce, we're only gonna be using 4 ingredients. I'm gonna make kind of like a vodka pizza sauce. I've never tried it before, but we'll try it. I'm only gonna use 4 ingredients because I kind of want to make it so I could repeat it. So when I'm testing the other 2 doughs, I don't want the sauce to overpower it. So here's the 4 ingredients. It's gonna be vodka, the tomatoes, a little minced garlic, and olive oil. Now that garlic's going kind of how I want it. That was about a minute or 2 at low heat. Now we're gonna add the tomatoes. This isn't super easy to do with one hand, but all right, that didn't look too bad. Now we're gonna add the vodka. I'm gonna put about a 1/4 cup in. I'm just gonna eyeball it, so I'm not really quite sure. We're just using Tito's because this was the only thing that was here. It was kind of, I think it was given as a gift. All right, that seems about a 1/4 cup. All right, let's combine that. And now we'll let it get going, and we'll simmer that for about 30 or 40 minutes. This is the olive oil. This is about 2 grams of olive oil. Now we're gonna knead it for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. All right, we're gonna cover this probably for a half hour, and then we'll be ready to move on to the next step, putting the pizza. Oh, and the pizza cheese we're gonna be using is Wegmans pizza cheese. And it's a blend of low moisture mozzarella and not smoked provolone shredded cheese. We're gonna use the Wegmans on each. It's actually feeling pretty good. I was a little worried we weren't gonna be able to spread it, but like, feels good. We'll be able to do this. I like using a pizza bottle. Some people don't want to get the bubbles out. I kind of like it thinner, so I like the pizza bottle. I think it looks cool too. Yeah, this dough feels good. I mean, I'm kind of an amateur at this, so this is one of the better ones I've made, so I'm kind of happy. I like using the pizza pan, and a lot of people use pizza steels at home. I haven't gone that far. I don't like to have to heat the oven up for an hour to hour and a half. I like to let it go. So, and I've had pretty good success off these. Probably a little too much dough for this pan, but it's all right. It'll make it work. It's like a happy little accident. Here's the sauce we made. For some reason I put it in the fridge for the last 10 minutes. It took about 45 minutes from start to finish. I just like to work with it cool down a bit. I feel like sometimes the hotter it is, it'll kind of mess with it. So this is 8 ounces. I'm gonna try to use 4. So on the next pizza, I'm gonna have 4 also, but we'll see how that goes. 4 ounces on this one. 4 ounces of Wegmans cheese are gonna be on this one, and then 4 on the next. So here is where I'm not a pro. I got that thing prepared and we're still preheating the oven. Definitely not a YouTube pro at this point. Big mistake. We hit 475, time to go. Not bad. Probably could have cooked it a little longer. Pretty standard pizza. All right, now to try Wegmans original pizza dough, white. I did the math and this is about an 800 gram ball. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it in half, and then the directions on the package say to leave it out for about an hour in a bowl, slightly oiled, get ready because it'll be easier to work with. So we'll do that. We'll roughly do that. I'll start preheating the oven now, so it'll be that. So it'll be ready. Touch of olive oil. So this should be roughly around 400 grams. All right, let it out. We'll be back in about a half hour. So that was 4 ounces of cheese there also, same as the last one. And we're gonna pop it in the oven. All right, it looks pretty good. The lower temperature and longer time worked pretty well. Let's take a bite. All right, it's good. I would rather just buy the Wegmans brand. If you're not gonna spend 3 or 4 days to let the dough set and gain those flavors, you can't make a dough in a day that's as good as this. So save yourself time, just go get this dough. You get 2 dough balls, they're about $2 each, and you can go from there. So I would recommend buying the dough ball, don't make a 1-day dough.